Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Laughter. Today, we're going to talk about our thoughts and opinions on Wrestlepalooza. And let me tell you something, I couldn't be more unsatisfied with this show. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple decent matches on there, but man, I just tell you, for them to want to have you pay that much money for ESPN and to put on a show like that is truly awful. Truly awful. And I'm a big WWE advocate. I talk good about them and always look at the positive side of things. But golly, this one, some of these can't be excused. So we're going to go ahead and get into it with our first match of the night, which was Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. And holy crap, that was the absolute worst opener I've ever seen. I tweeted about it right after the match was over. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me at Wrestling with Laughter on X. I tweeted about it. It was absolutely awful. Um, the build to it sucked altogether. And then you get there, and the last thing that we want is another John Cena Brock Lesnar match in his last 5 dates that he has left. I do not want another Brock Lesnar John Cena match in his last 5 dates, but apparently they do, because they let Brock Lesnar hit him with 7 F5s. Yeah, John Cena got like 2 seconds of offense in, and they hit him with 7 F5s and then curtains. So you can't tell me that's the way they're going to end that feud. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm a humongous John Cena fan. He's my number one on my top 5 list. He's number one. But the way they've treated him through this retirement tour is absolutely awful. I mean, he's had good moments, but honestly, if you put his retirement tour all together, I mean, how they've done it is absolutely terrible. Um, I don't understand. I really don't. But anyways, we got the Brock Lesnar win, which we all know is going to lead up to another match. John Cena has to get his payback. They're not just going to let it end like that. He's going to have to get his payback. And I'm pretty sure I heard uh, Santi, if you watch Santi's app on YouTube, if you don't, go watch him. I heard him talk about how this could be John Cena's final opponent. I really hope not. I hope Brock Lesnar ain't the final opponent of John Cena's. Uh, we shall see. I don't know. I really hope not. Um, Again, this first match just deflated the whole show. It really did for me anyway. Again, not saying anything bad about the rest of the matches we're going to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next match, which was the Usos versus the Vision, with shockingly LA Knight being a special guest referee in the match. Um, what else is shocking to me? He really called it down the middle. Really, if you really think about it, he called it down the middle. Uh, he has a few moments where he favored those, but uh, all in all, a decent match. It wasn't nothing like shock and awe. Um, but at one point, Jey Uso got hit himself with a chair, and we got free color. Pretty much is what I guess way you put it. Um, it just that he was bleeding pretty bad. But going on from that, I mean, a decent match is more of a tables and chairs match than it was anything, which I'm not complaining about. I did like that. Um, the Vision picked up the win, which I think was well needed. I think they needed the win. Um, well, I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I know just as well as everybody else does that this feud is not over. They'll continue this feud between them. And before I move on to the next match, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there to people. Why this is such a disappointment to me is because they built it up like it was a miniature WrestleMania, talking about all these different uh, surprises that we were going to get and all this, and had us so hyped up thinking we were going to get something out of it. We didn't get anything out of this. And again, going to ESPN where you're going to make people pay at least $30 and they still get ads. It was just despicable to me. And then on top of that, I was already a little upset because why have the Women's WWE Championship triple threat on the next Friday Night SmackDown instead of putting them on Wrestlepalooza when you only have 5 matches on the card? Don't make sense to me, man. But moving on to one of the good matches on the card, which was Stephanie and Io for the Women's World Title. Classic match. They had great chemistry together. All in all, a really good match. I have nothing to complain about with this match. I think the right person won. I think Io's going to go on and feud with Io's going to go on a feud with Asuka and Kairi Sane. I'll get it out in a minute. And she'll have the help of Rhea Ripley. And with Crown Jewel coming up, Stephanie will be involved with whoever wins the Women's WWE Championship, whether Tiffany Stratton retains or Nia Jax or Jade Cargill wins it. That's who she'll be feuding with going in to the next pay-per-view. So, but yeah, I think the right winner come out. I loved seeing it. You could tell she was really happy to win, and but yeah, that's one of the two. And I'll explain more here in a little bit, but one of the two good things that come out of the show. The next one is the other good thing that came out of the show, which was AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And after seeing what WrestleMania, I swear I can't even talk. After seeing what main event we got for Wrestlepalooza, I think this should have been the main event of Wrestlepalooza. This, or I would even took Stephanie and Io as the main event, knowing what kind of card we had. I honestly believe John Cena and Brock Lesnar was going to be the main event, but thank God that they was not. Anyways, going into this match, it was really good to me. I love the slow build, trying to get to the AJ Lee hot tag. I love that slow build, getting to it. I love the back and forth. I love how much Becky was involved with CM Punk and how much AJ Lee was involved with Seth Rollins. The spot where they all Becky Lynch threw AJ Lee into CM Punk, which had Seth Rollins, and all three went through the table. I think it was a fantastic match. Again, I think it was the right winners to get the win. I think it sets up a good feud between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I don't know what CM Punk's going to do for the next month because I know Crown Jewel, we're getting Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. So I don't know what CM Punk's going to do. He'll find something. He'll probably feud with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman for a little while, at least for that month, until he get back to Seth Rollins. But all in all, a really good match and the second good thing of the show. Now, when I say that was the last good thing, we're going to talk about the Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre match. Now, this is the one I was expecting to have something happen, whether that be Randy Orton come back, turn heel, Randy Orton come back and cost Drew, or accidentally cost Cody, or Drew McIntyre just win in general. This is the one I thought was going to be the shocker of the night because we didn't get no shockers throughout the rest of the night, and they made this the main event out of the other matches that they had. So I figured this is going to be the best match of the night. And again, as far as technical in-ring wrestling, they are fantastic together. I think they've done a great job, but it did not feel like a main event to me. Did not feel like a main event. It felt like an episode of SmackDown to me. I mean, They are great in the ring, but there was no good story build up to this match. And then the match felt like it was kind of, kind of, I don't know what's the right word for it. You know, sped up. I mean, it just didn't feel like a main event match to me. And I love Drew. Drew is also up there for me as one of my favorites, and I wanted to see Drew win the WWE Championship. I didn't think he would, but I wanted to see it. I would love to see Drew, as honestly needs a world title, whether it be the World Heavyweight or the WWE, at some point. They need to pull the trigger and give it to him. I think the reason why they didn't tonight is because they wanted to set up the Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. But and again, no flack to either guy. I love them both. I think they've done a fantastic job as far as in ring. I just felt like the match was sped up, and it felt like a Friday Night SmackDown match because there was no build, and you're trying to get through it as quickly as possible. That's just the way I felt about it. I that's just my opinion on it. Uh, Again, that was the last match we had. That was our main event. Um, I'm gonna give this show a thumbs down. I really am. It wasn't a good show. I think the opener really, really, really hurt the show because the way they done that opener just took the life out of the crowd. It really did. That shouldn't have been the opening match. I think if anything, it should have been Stephanie and Io as the opening match of the show, um, because that was just sad. That was a sad match. Um, Nobody wanted to see the 2014 SummerSlam again. Nobody did. I thought they were just going to have like the 2012 Elimination Chamber where it's back and forth and John Cena squeaks the win and we move on from this crap. But apparently, we're going to keep this going, and all that's going to happen is they're not going to have promos against each other or nothing. They're just going to Brock Lesnar's just going to show up, F5 him a couple times, and that's it. And that's how we get the story, which is so stupid to me. So stupid. What, you know, I know I'm going back to it, and I could make a whole video on this. But you know, back when they fought, I think 2012, they done it in 2012, and they done it in 2014 too after SummerSlam. Uh, the build up was awesome. The build up to Elimination Chamber 2012. I keep saying Eliminate Extreme Rules 2012. I keep saying Elimination Chamber. Extreme Rules. The build up to it was awesome. I mean, they had to have the whole locker room clear out to break them up, and they fighting back and forth. And he hates John because John's the top guy, and he wants to be the top guy. That was good storytelling, and we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. The story after the 2014 SummerSlam, John Cena is trying to get his title back. It says trying to prove to everybody that he can beat Brock Lesnar, and that's a good story. But you take two men that's been in those stories and take them 10 years down the road and think, oh, we don't have to tell a story at all? Really? You could make a story of how John Cena is calling himself the greatest of all time and Brock Lesnar wants to put an end to it. There's your story. I mean, if you really want to have this match, there's the story. John Cena is calling himself the greatest of all time, and he thinks he's the greatest of all time, so he's going to take John Cena out. Easy enough storytelling. Like, I don't know. I'm just really sour about that. I'm really sour about the John Cena and Brock Lesnar stuff. I'm really sour that they didn't do more with it. Or that we're going to get another match out of it that we don't need. But who am I? Again, it's no flack to Brock Lesnar. I like Brock Lesnar, but I wish Brock Lesnar came back and started fighting with a younger talent like Gunther and Braun Breaker and different Bronson Reed, just different people like that instead of picking John Cena and wasting John Cena's dates. So, either way, if you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, comment, and tell me what you thought about Wrestlepalooza. Tell me what you would like to see next. Um, and yeah, just please, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it if you made it this far. Thank you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.